All right. So I'm back. What I'm really seeing here is, this is the heart of the reading, right? Everything around it is based around this. And what I'm seeing here is this balancing of the light and the shadow, the masculine and the feminine, and a search for truth, right? Even balancing between work, career, spirit, and even incorporating the two with this Eight of Pentacles here, right? This is the beaver. This is doing that inner work, the outer work, even putting spirit into, whatever, work you do. You're really infusing it with compassion. I'm really looking for truth and balance in all areas of your life. It's really beautiful. I'm loving this here. There's this creativity with this, I'm wanting to pull in the zebra here, right? Because we see this visionary type of energy and seeing things differently, right? Showing and ready to show your stripes a little bit, right? I feel like you've been working on this internally, externally, and I feel like you're ready to kind of bring it out. And this is really vibrant, fun energy, right? And I'm seeing this here. I mean, we're seeing this Ten of Pentacles with people dancing and the eternal child. Now, and even that, right? We're seeing this balancing between the father, who is the patriarchal figure. I'm also feeling I'm seeing a lot of things here, this balance between spirituality and career, right? And I feel like you're kind of, because these match up, right? The light and the dark side match up on this, which I find really interesting. And I also think about how my mom would say, that my father would be 13 years old for the rest of his life, right? Because we have the eternal child and the father both reversed, right? And this is what you're consciously moving towards. And this is what's in the subconscious, right? And I feel like there's this, with this Seven of Pentacles here, this is Saturn in Uranus. In Taurus, sorry. But we've got Uranus in Taurus, but it's making some tougher aspects, right? And it's still retrograde. It's one of the few signs left during this period that are still retrograde. We have just about everything moving forward. Chiron, right? And Chiron is the wounded healer. And so, and with Uranus, we have Black Moon Lilith. And Black Moon Lilith is the shadow feminine. So I feel like we're kind of bringing up some of that shadow energy. And it has to do with your father. And this doesn't have to be anything. It can be, of course, sexual. It could be, but it doesn't have to be, right? It's just, our parents, they affect us sexually, on our sexual behavior, whether we want to admit it or not, right? Because we have the King in reverse here with Eros and the shadow in reverse. There might be this, this is going to be trigger, right? It gets triggered. This is it, and we've been feeling it. I'm imagining you all felt it. I had an incident, and it's bringing stuff up to be healed, right? And this is this right here, right? The immediate transformation of a situation. right? And we see this darkness here, and then this blue, which is that Venus and Scorpio here, which it will be, and it's making trines with Neptune. And so, you know, all of this is just really bringing stuff up to the surface to be healed. But it's like it gets healed and it's done, right? And like the triggers might not be that exciting, right? It's not really all that fun. But once we look at it, once we heal it, then, you know, and this is that connection with family. Then we can celebrate. And this is also, you know, I get our ancestors, right? We're going to be getting flashes of insight from the past, you know, and this is coming up from underneath, right? This is kind of like those shadow things, you know, coming up for illumination and healing. And, you know, it is that those parts of our, you know, our child, the inner child that need to be brought up for healing, right? It's kind of like things can't move forward until that happens. And I feel like it does. Now, in the past, we have the Nine of Cups here. And I feel like this is, you know, there's like an illumination. There's this, it's almost like a little mini awakening, right? Because there are different steps along the awakening cycle. There are different kinds of awakenings. And this is like a mini awakening, or the precursor to an awakening, right? This is like the bliss stage. And yeah, just really being present. You know, it really finding that happiness, just you. And there might be, you know, you have been kind of holding that vision, and that, you know, this is touching this Seven of Cups here. And with these two, you know, I feel like, you know, once again, you're thinking about, you know, there's this visioning sense with it, what you've been wishing for. And there is this, you know, especially with these Neptune transits that are happening at this time, there are going to be some tougher times when we're kind of like questioning ourselves, where we're not feeling completely sure of ourselves, right? And that's this, it's like this weird thing that's happening with this. I mean, like it says, you know, we're going from dark to light, like in a second. I mean, like, as we can see here. Not that this is bad. It's just, I feel like there is going to be a certain amount of, you know, it's very up and down. We're going to have high highs and low lows. So it's definitely, you know, and that's this, the dark and the light, right? The light and the shadow, and just kind of going with the flow. But I might feel like, you know, once this comes up for healing, you know, because you are on the more masculine side of things, you know, but we see everything here. We see love, right? We see abundance in many different forms. This is, you know, spirit here, right? This is like on all levels. But we also see a desert in the background, right? So it's like that, you know, it's like, hold on to that vision, hold on to that truth. I feel like this truth, right, that we've been working on, right? This is not something that you've just done, you've started. This is the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working on it. This is your truth, right? Don't let that go. If something comes up to make you question that, know that it's just an illusion, right? If you feel, you know, so hold on to that truth, what you've known to be true, right? This Nine of Cups. Hold the vision, because it is coming into fruition, right? We have this King of Pentacles here. And like us, you know, we do have the Ten of Pentacles here. We have this whole line is Pentacles. And, you know, this very well could be coming, you know, into fruition. At least smaller aspects of it. Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying the whole shebang is coming in, but definitely on a spiritual level, though. Yeah, this does look like money coming in, though. This does look like, because when this many pentacles shows up, you're definitely, especially with the sun and judgment, there, and the sorcerer's stone, there's got to be something coming in here, right? But with this here, you know, this is like your relationships. And this is that inner child too. You know, this inner child, the sun, right? That's your energy. It's coming out to play. You know, and the spotlight is on this child playing here. So if you catch yourself being a little too stuffy, it's this inner child that wants to come up and heal and play, and you know, and I really feel this like beautiful energy from these two cards. And you know, I'm pulled to the stripes here with the stripes and this zebra. Really, this, it seems, you know, this is what you're consciously working towards. So, I mean, it might be that you're consciously working through the father issues, right? But it might have been caused by a trigger of some sort. But, you know, this is awakening. This is a second chance. You know, and there's spirit all over this, right? She's doing some kind of meditation here. And this talks about the different ways that we experience God and celebrating those differences. And I think that that's coming through with this sun here in the emotions in your relationships, right? You're just like this, you're lifting everybody up around you. And anything that, if there is like still some confusion in the mind, you know, that Neptune, you know, just keep an open mind. Right? Look at the whole picture. You know, when I look at this, kind of like seeing this, interesting. Okay. Sorry. I'm seeing this, yeah, golly, I'm sorry. I'm getting like hit with things as I'm looking at this. I'm really seeing it as this spread, right? This is like you, this truth, right? And then here, where there could be some confusion, there could be some insecurity coming up, but there's a lion there, right? This is this card. And this is, I feel like this is also saying like these two cards right here, Judgment and the Seven of Cups, because they're in between this father, which is the heart, and the Emperor. The Emperor is the heart. And I know that probably doesn't make sense to a lot of you, but like it's the fourth chakra. And I've been doing a lot of work with my heart chakra, and I kept on pulling the Emperor over and over and over again. And I'm like, what is this about, you know? And I looked it up because of the heart chakra, for some reason, that 4. And there is some Asian belief system or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but they call it the Emperor. And we have that heart right there, right? And the 10 of Pentacles. This is your family. This is spirit. This is ancestry. And then look, we have an angel here with Judgment, right? And I feel like this is saying, you know, we're behind you. Follow your heart. Be courageous. Spirit is behind you. And we have like a tree, which looks like a Christmas tree to me. I don't know what this is. What does that look like to you guys? I don't know what that is. This right here. They're like double triangles. I feel like it's moving out, right? Like it's like moving out of the cup even. And then we have like, this is the sun, the star, the wish coming true. Yeah, this is that, what I was talking about. I don't know exactly what this is, but it's like, you know, your energy is like radiating out to everyone around you. I'm almost getting ley lines from this, right? Like the lines in the earth. It's really interesting. If this means anything to you guys, like it still relates to this sun energy. That's amazing. So that's pretty wild. So whatever it is you're working on, there is truth in it. Yes, you know, finding this balance, doing the shadow work is still a part of this. But boy, it's something this second week, you know, I feel like there might be some confusion and insecurities that you have to overcome this first week. But boy, that second week, bam, right? It's like, you know, this truth here, this sorcerer, the philosopher's stone. I wanted to say sorcerer's stone. Are you all into some sorcery? But yeah, this is really beautiful energy overall. I feel like you all are going to have, you know, this lovers here below. The Nine of Swords, you know, there's like, right, there's this fear that you're facing. And that has to do with, like, you know, the masculine and the feminine. And yeah, this right here. That's all going to transform, right? And then it's like we see lightning coming from, you know, it's like you're going to get hit by lightning, and then bam, completion, Hierophant underneath that. Wow. Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles after that, right? Like there is something that, and this seems, it's very spiritual. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. All right. And then the future, right? We have the Chariot. And, you know, this is water and fire, right? This like, and you've got this arrow, another arrow, right? We have the, and that's what's making me think, yes, there's some kind of, reward that's happening here, an increase in, money of some sort, but I feel like, you know, there's still like a ways to go, right? We haven't quite reached the summit yet, but we have a whole quiver of arrows. So you've got the next one. You're riding high off of this, golly, words. This wonderment, okay? This success, and you're ready to aim the next arrow out even further, right? This could be arrows too. Of course, they're pointing towards you and the eternal child and Christmas even, right? There's this focus on really, yes. Okay. That's what they wanted me to come back to it. Reevaluating what makes Christmas, I feel, right? We've got, this is a tree upside down too, right? A pine, which is usually what, that's interesting. So money is definitely on the mind, right? And there might be, you know, you're kind of reevaluating how to spend it, reevaluating what Christmas means, right? This Ten of Pentacles, the dancing, the celebration, and it's about, you know, being together,